Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you clicked on this video, you probably know what it's going to be about because you read the title. But I just wanted to sit down today and do a little bit of a chit-chatty video because I get questions almost every day asking me why I quit the carnivore diet. Did I quit the carnivore diet? Do I still think the carnivore diet is a good idea? So that's what we're going to talk about. For those of you who aren't aware, I tried the carnivore diet, I think it must have been in 2019, or maybe it was 2018. Wow. My cat's knocking things off my bookshelf. Great. Yeah, it must have been 2018. So the first time I heard about the carnivore diet was from Sean Baker when he was on Joe Rogan's podcast. I think that's how a lot of people were introduced to it. And it sounded absolutely insane to me. A diet where you're only eating animal products, no fruits, no vegetables, no grains, no anything else except for meat. That sounded so bizarre to me. I didn't really think too much of it when I first heard it. I just kind of thought, okay, that's a little bit out there. And at the time, I was eating a keto diet, but the version of a keto diet I was eating was still pretty plant-based, I guess you could say. I was having a lot of big bowls of veggies and maybe adding an egg, maybe adding some chicken. I still had, I guess, a bit of a fear of fat. I had this idea that animal products were still somewhat unhealthy and should still be limited. And so, as I said, I thought carnivore sounded absolutely insane. But I think it must have been a couple months later, I started hearing and just seeing more and more people trying the carnivore diet, doing it for a week, doing it for a month. At the time, there wasn't a lot of information on YouTube or on the internet in general about it, but the anecdotal experiences I was hearing from people were very positive. People were saying their digestion improved, their energy was better, their relationship with food improved. And I was like, you know what? I want to give it a try. So I tried the carnivore diet for 7 days. I ate only animal products for those 7 days, which absolutely, again, sounded crazy to me. And I felt really, really good. I didn't have any cravings. My hunger was very regulated. Digestion was great despite not having any fiber, which is still one of the craziest things to me. It makes sense now, but I know that the thought of not eating fiber makes a lot of people think they are going to be constipated, but not usually the case. Anyways, at the time, my YouTube channel was still pretty new, probably within the first 6 months of me creating it. And when I started my YouTube channel, I had the idea that I was going to be kind of like not even lifestyle. I started off wanting to create healthy recipes, and some of those videos are still up on my channel. But when I started my channel, I didn't even want to show my face. I just wanted to have like my hands and me doing cooking and whatnot. And a couple months later, I started showing my face more, which was really difficult because I am introverted and had social anxiety. But I don't know, I just had this urge to do it, and I was pushing myself more and more outside of my comfort zone. And so I documented my first 7 days eating the carnivore diet, posted on my YouTube channel, and it got more traction than my videos usually got. Still not very much, but it was something. Anyways, I went back to keto, but I still was very curious about carnivore. I wanted to try it for longer. I wanted to see if I could do it. And obviously, if you're doing it by yourself and you live with someone, it's very difficult. So I was living with my ex-boyfriend at the time. He was absolutely not interested in doing it at all until he heard Jordan Peterson on Joe Rogan's podcast talking about the carnivore diet and how it had helped like his skin conditions and his mental health and a whole bunch of other things. And then my boyfriend was like, or my ex-boyfriend was like, okay, like I'll give this a try with you. So we ate the carnivore diet for probably 6 weeks, stuck to it 100%, and both of us felt really, really good. At the time, again, I was documenting it. I think I was doing like weekly updates on my channel. And that was when my channel first started to get some traction. But what I realized was I was getting a lot of questions on these videos, questions that it was really hard to find the answer for. So things like, can you have cheese and dairy on the carnivore diet? Can you use salt? Can you use other spices? Does it have to be just red meat? Can you include chicken? Can you include fish? And like I said, there weren't answers for these readily available. You had to really, really dig. So that was when I started making more informational videos on my channel addressing these questions. I was trying to find the answer and share the answer to every question I could think of. Is it dangerous to not have fiber? What about vitamin C? All of these things, I pretty much have a video on everything. And I was super, super into it. And like I said, I felt great eating carnivore. But obviously the downside is the social aspect, the idea that it can get kind of boring. I know lots of people will say, oh, I can never get tired of just eating steak all day, but you can definitely get tired of eating steak all day. So those are some things I struggled with. And I am not someone who has an autoimmune condition, who has a lot of weight to lose, who struggled with acne or anything like that. I am not super sensitive to plants. I can eat them without severe side effects. I don't get particularly bloated from eating fiber. Yeah, a little bit because it does expand inside of you and that can cause slight bloating, but I'm not one of these people who gets extremely bloated after eating fiber. So I was there and I was in a tough situation. Well, tough to figure out what to do because here I was with this YouTube channel that was kind of becoming centered around the carnivore diet. That's what I was becoming known for, and lots of people were finding my videos very helpful. But I was really struggling with sticking to the carnivore diet, and I was feeling a lot of guilt about that. I was thinking to myself, how can I be promoting this and posting all these videos about it and not follow it? And I really think with every sort of diet on the internet, there are these little bubbles we get stuck into. So I was seeing on my feed people posting about loving eating steak, about never wanting to eat avocados or this and that ever again, that they were disgusting, and people kind of shaming other people, being like, what's the point? Why would you want to eat this? And I was taking all of that stuff personally and thinking, okay, like I should be very into this. I should be into eating steak every day, all day type thing. And eventually I took a step back and I'm like, the goal here is health. I want to be healthy. I want to be sharing the message of health. Yes, carnivore is great. Yes, I feel fantastic. But personally, I do not have to eat that strict in order to feel amazing and reach my health and fitness goals. So I took a step back from carnivore. I started posting more keto and just general health videos. And that was really scary because at the beginning, those videos were getting no views. And of course, it's not all about views. But at the same time, I want my videos to reach people because I want to help people. I want to be creating videos that can help people to improve their health, improve their quality of life, improve their relationship with food. And if I'm creating videos and no one's watching them, then they're not really helping anyone. And at the beginning, I wasn't even eating, I guess, more keto. I was calling it ketovore or keto carnivore. So it was mainly animal-based and just maybe some avocado or a couple veggies or whatnot. And that is still how I eat. I still base all of my meals around animal products. I still make sure I am getting enough protein in at every meal and I am getting enough animal protein in specifically. And that is one of the things I learned from just researching the carnivore diet and doing the carnivore diet, is how important animal protein is. Like I said, when I was doing keto originally, I was eating more plant-based, and I still had this kind of fear of red meat and animal products. So there was a lot that I took away from carnivore that I still implement into my diet now. But the thing is, like I said, I just didn't need to be that strict. And when you step outside the bubble and you go into the real world, you realize, like in the carnivore bubble, everyone's like, just order steak, ask for no veggies, ask for it to be cooked in butter. All these things are super simple. If you need fast food, if you need to eat something quickly, just order bunless burgers, etc. And you go out into the real world and it's easier said than done. Yes, you absolutely can make all these choices, but at the same time, am I really going to go to a steakhouse and order just a steak and say no to the side of veggies just for the principle of it? Or am I going to enjoy the steak? Am I going to enjoy the side of veggies? That was the point I came to, because everything needs to be put into context and put into context of your own life. So yes, I do think the carnivore diet is still an amazing tool for a lot of people, especially people who have severe autoimmune conditions. And that is why I still do carnivore diet coaching. But do I think it is necessary for everyone? And do I think it is necessary for everyone forever? Absolutely not. It can be a short-term strategy. It can be a bit of a reset. It can be a rest for your gut. And it doesn't have to be all or nothing. You don't have to be carnivore and never eat any plants ever again. And you don't have to be carnivore and only eat fast food burgers if you're eating out, because that was another thing I was kind of struggling with. I don't eat out often. Most of my meals I cook at home, but if I am eating out, our fast food burgers, I want to give myself a little bit more flexibility. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but it gets very, very stressful trying to worry about your diet all the time and fit into this very specific box when you don't have to. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to be perfect. Progress is better than perfection. And that's what I realized. And I realized I could help more people by making diet and lifestyle changes more approachable, by helping people make small changes that are going to add up and lead to big results, which is why I sometimes post videos on my channel. Obviously, I'm still very much in support of low-carb diets, but I did a video about how you could eat carbohydrates a while ago without spiking your blood sugar, and I got a bit of pushback on that. Again, people were saying, you don't need to eat carbs, this isn't necessary, why would you create this video? A couple people said they were even going to unfollow me. Unfollow me for making a video that's going to help people, because like I said, small steps, they add up. Online, it can seem like everyone is perfect with their diet. Everything has to be all or nothing, but it doesn't have to be that way. And that's kind of the point I'm at right now. So yes, I still 100% support the carnivore diet. I think it is fantastic, both long-term and short-term, depending on you. But is it necessary for everyone? No, absolutely not. The basis of a healthy diet is eating all whole foods, getting enough protein, animal protein specifically, not fearing fat. That is what makes a healthy diet. And that can be done as a carnivore diet, and that can be done as a keto diet, that can be done as a low carb diet, that can even be done as a higher carb diet. I won't say high carb because I think very high carb is still not great for anyone unless you are a pretty serious athlete. But this framework works with a whole bunch of styles. And that is kind of the point I'm at right now. So to end this, I just want to say that you shouldn't feel guilty about wanting to change your diet or eating something that is slightly off your plan. Sometimes I get comments from people saying, oh, I'm eating carnivore and I ate an avocado the other day, I cheated. And I'm like, look at the bigger picture. Eating an avocado on your carnivore diet, I guess it's technically cheating, but is it going to have a huge negative impact on you? Maybe if you're histamine intolerant, but for most people, no, it's not. If anything, it's going to give you some more potassium and help you out with electrolytes. So we need to experiment for ourselves, think about if what we are doing is working for us. Adding some blueberries, adding some other fruit into a carnivore diet, is that helping you? Are you feeling good? Or is that causing sugar cravings? Ask yourself these questions and come to your own conclusions. But anyways, guys, I am going to wrap up this video up here. I hope this helped to answer some of your questions about why I no longer eat a carnivore diet. I think it must have been start of 2018 that I ate the carnivore diet. It must have been March 2018, and then I think I did the 6 weeks in like August, September. Oh my God, so it's been almost 4 years since I ate a strict carnivore diet. Wow, that time is absolutely flying. But again, still love carnivore, still think it's fantastic, just not necessary for everyone. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.